Hi Norwex team, my name is Lindsay Mercer. I'm an executive sales leader with Norwex. I want to talk to you today about making your presentation shorter and more effective. So if you are struggling getting bookings, the very first place you need to look is right here. Okay? When I was struggling getting bookings, it was because I was talking way too long about way too many products. And people were getting numb-bum and nobody was listening to me by the end of the talk. So when I was doing my booking talk, everybody was already like, oh my gosh, I've got to get home to my babysitter. So how can you make your presentation shorter and more effective? A couple of different ideas for you, whichever one clicks, whichever one you want to try right away and put the rest away in your memory bank for maybe trying later, feel free to do that as well. One of the first ways that you can make your presentation shorter and more effective is to make yourself cue cards. Yes, actually cue cards. Couple of reasons that this is good. Number one, it keeps you on track, keeps you on point. You know exactly the high points that you want to hit, and you're going to cover all of those in a timely fashion. Now, it also shows somebody sitting in the audience or in your living room that, hey, she's using cue cards. If she's reading off a paper, I could read off a paper, maybe I could do this business. So right there is a non-verbal recruiting seed, okay? So if you're using cue cards, you could have the top of the cue card say science and history about the product, basic package and viral window cloth, dusting mitt. Maybe you want to do top 10 best-selling products, and then you do hostess program, ask me about my job game, door prize, pass out the catalogs. Giving yourself those points will make sure that you hit all of them and will keep your presentation moving. There's always going to be, Gabby Caffey in the back chair that's going to want to tell you about every product that she loves, or maybe every product that she hates. But if you have kind of a roadmap for yourself, you'll be able to stay on point and get through your presentation. I like to suggest that the ideal length is between 45 to 60 minutes. 45 being ideal, 60 giving you room for Gabby Caffey, okay? The second thing that you can try to make your presentation shorter and more effective is you can bring a lot of product, but only talk about a few. So what you may want to use is something like the problem cards. So Dolores has those on our site available. You can print them off, laminate them, and basically what they are is a list of problems, common household cleaning problems or personal care problems that Norwex products can solve. So when I have guests come, if it's a smaller crowd, like say 6, 7 people, I'll say pick 2. If it's a larger crowd, like say 10, 12, 15 people, I'll be like, you only get to pick 1 because I don't want to be here all night talking about product. And often I have got cards that will cover off the same product, but they're 2 different cards. So sometimes we're going around the room and somebody will have picked the I have intricate spindles, so dusting mitt, and somebody else has picked I have a lot of dark hardwood furniture in my home, bookshelves and headboards and side tables, also the dusting mitt. So sometimes you can double up the cards, so even if you've got 12 to 15 guests, you're not always talking about 12 to 15 products. The other thing that you may want to consider is really limiting the demos that you do. Now I know that Norwex is like a see to believe it, right? But I found personally that having everybody traipse from a kitchen to a bathroom, back to the living room, kind of uprooted everybody. We spent a lot of time traveling around the house and it made it seem very long and drawn out. So what I do now is I do my beginning butter test. So I do the EnviroCloth, the window cloth, on the window or mirror with the butter. And then whenever I come to a product that I might normally demo, say for example the cleaning paste on a sink or a stove, or say the oven and grill cleaner, if somebody's really interested to see that, or even the descaler, I say no problem, I'm going to demo this after the show. Because we all know there's a ton of time that people flip through the catalog and think about what they want and get more cheese dip and talk to their girlfriends. There's a lot of time there. So I just basically make an announcement, okay, I'm going to clean Caffey's sink now for anybody that wants to see. And the people who are interested in that product are going to come and watch. So that way your actual formal presentation is not as long, but you can still fit in the demos by doing it at the end. I pass out my catalogs at the end of the show. I do not give them to people at the beginning. I want them focused on me. I want them listening to me. I want them to understand the value of the product before they see the price. Otherwise, people say, what is up with these expensive dish rags, right? And we all know we're so much more than dish rags. So if you just say, you know what, I'm going to pass out the catalogs at the end, that also gives me an opportunity to go over the order form and say, I'd love your email address. I'd love you to check off host a presentation if that's something you're interested to do. I'd love you to check off, I'd like more information about becoming a consultant if you'd like to take home something to read. So it gives me the opportunity to hit those points at the end, and I'm to the point, I'm covering off my information, everybody is focused, we're all on the same page right from the beginning to the end. So those are just some ideas. If you have more that you have found that has made your show quick and more concise, please feel free to share those on our team pages and share them with other consultants as well. You'll find that you'll be able to get more bookings when you talk about fewer products and your presentation is concise, informative,